The all-new DJ Swoo Breakfast.
A young woman who's really excited about helping other young women. I think that is the story of my entire career.
Yeah.
Is using the skills and resources I have to help others, and it's exciting and it's fun to see other people grow.
And where are you from originally?
My family's from Ghana.
Okay, Ghana.
Yes,
Okay.
I went to school in the U.S. and then I traveled around Asia, and I went and moved to Nigeria to do work in West Africa.
Yeah, so you studied in the U.S.?
Yes, I did.
Okay, graduated there and, started getting passionate about wanting to help other people?
Yes.
What inspired you to?
Well, at first I wanted to be a doctor.
Okay.
And then I saw a video of a baby being born, and I said, no, thank you. That is not for me. So I said, I need something else that's helping people. And I was really interested in public affairs and communications, and I said, well, maybe I can use the public sector or public service to help people.
Yeah. And how did you start working with Yasmin?
We actually were working at the same company at the time. We didn't really know each other, but I think we were both a bit bored.
Yeah.
Work is work. And
it happens, eh?
Yeah, you just want something else.
I feel bad for people that do that work and they just get bored by their job. That are bored by their jobs.
Yeah.
Because we love what we do.
That's so exciting. I think now I'm at the point where it's really exciting.
Yeah.
But before, I had been working there for enough time where I was like, okay, I need a new challenge.
Yeah.
So we were going to a bunch of events. We were seeing investor meetings, and there were never any women on stage. And the excuse is always, we can't find them.
Yeah.
I was like, well, we're going to go see
if we can find them for you.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So over the course of 6 weeks, we had more than 400 women from more than 25 countries apply to pitch their businesses, and we knew that we were on to something.
So, it's not easy to move from corporate and just, jump on that leap of faith to go start a business. I mean, what made you so brave? What made you guys think that you'd succeed?
Well, I stayed in my job for a year after we first started it, so I still wasn't all the way ready. And I think that once we saw that the business had enough traction, and I had saved enough money to not have...
Also, you had to save first. Before.
Definitely.
Okay.
Because I don't have any family to stay with. So I said, if I'm here by myself, I have to be able to afford it. But then we saw that, okay, this is something that we can turn into a proper business. And that's when I decided to quit the job.
Yeah. And how was starting out? Because a lot of people, they experience that challenge of starting out. It's very difficult.
We had to make it all up. We were pretending that we were much bigger than we actually were. People didn't know that we had full-time jobs because we seemed like we were very serious and put together. But it was pretty challenging at first trying to get people to believe in us.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we think this thing is cool, but we want to see more. We want to see more proof, more traction. Go get other sponsors or other partners. So we really just needed to get that one person to say, yes, we support you. And then after that, other people followed in line.
Wow. When you hear this track, when do you remember?
Oh my gosh, Ja Rule with no shirt on and Ashanti's baby hair. That's what I remember.
7:28 on the DJ Swoo Breakfast. Afua Osei is in studio. She's our entrepreneur this morning. We're chatting about her journey and the wonderful work she's doing on the continent.
So whether they want to start a business, we know a lot of young women have ideas, but they don't know what to do with those ideas. So we have a website that has all kinds of free information that they can download. You can talk to experts. You can read other inspirational advice and articles, all from our website. And then, of course, we host networking and learning events so that you're able to take the things that you've been reading and thinking about and ask those questions to experts and get coaching one-on-one.
And how do you plan on reaching as many women as possible in the continent?
Yeah, we're spending a lot of time on social media, and that has been an incredible opportunity for us. So most of our events, 90% of the people there say they heard about us from Instagram.
Yeah.
So it's using social media to still deliver interesting information, and that's what we do. It's how can we talk about business skills, but also include Beyonce, so that it's relevant to our young audience, and they're able to pick and choose life lessons and advice on their terms.
And how do you incubate these women-led businesses?
Yeah, so we have a couple of different programs, but one of them is an accelerator program.
Okay.
We work with young women for around 6 months. We coach them. We really ask them the tough questions, give them targets to reach, and then at the end, they're able to pitch their businesses to win around $10,000 in cash.
Okay, and then the $10,000 in cash gets injected into their business.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
And I think for us, we know it's a journey. So some people are at the beginning and they're just looking for inspiration. And we're featuring more than 50 young women from all across Africa, agriculture, fashion, technology, mining, whatever, letting them tell their stories. And then, of course, after you get excited, you get some ideas, then you come to an event and you connect with someone there. Someone's there looking to help you. And then, of course, you move to the next stage, which is the more intensive coaching and support. But we're really investing in telling people to go online and get the information that's there free of charge.
And where do they go online? What's the website?
SheLeadsAfrica.org. And then also on all social media, we're just at She Leads Africa.
And then I believe you launched a She Hive. Is it a She Hive in Johannesburg?
Yes, indeed.
You launched it last week, and I hear your next stop is Durban. What is She Hive all about? Is it like the Beehive?
Yes, but our version.
Oh, okay, I get it.
My partner really loves Beyonce, so a lot of things are Beyonce inspired. Yes, indeed. But we wanted a space that was really just focused on learning and development. I don't know if you spend a lot of time with young women, but most of the time when we get together, we're talking about everything besides business, or everything besides our careers.
Yes.
And many people are scared to put themselves out there and say what their goals are or what they're trying to achieve and ask for help. So we said this is a no judgment zone. Everyone who comes here, you're coming correct and you're coming focused. And we're going to really talk about what are you trying to achieve and what does it take for you to get there. So we had an incredible experience this weekend. We had around 120 young women join us.
Wow, okay.
And the feedback was overwhelmingly positive. And I know that young women in South Africa are looking for these experiences to really sit and think about what are they trying to do and how can they develop a plan to get there.
And tell us about your next stop in Durban, because we've got a whole of Durban listening right now.
Yeah, so other cities were getting jealous. They were getting a bit upset, like, why only Joburg all the time? So we're heading to Durban and Cape Town, and we're doing smaller connectivity events. But we know the first step is making those connections, finding people who might be able to help you, and really just setting a goal. And we're really focused on what are you trying to do for 2017, developing a plan, finding someone who's going to keep you accountable. So I'll be in Durban for a couple of days, and we're going to be hanging out and just saying, come, network, let us know how we can be helpful and how we can, support you as you reach your dreams.
And as I'm saying that the whole of Durban is listening right now and they're interested, how do they find out the information, the date, the times, the venue? How do they plug in?
Yes, we send it out to our community. So if you go to sheleadsafrica.org/join, you sign up for our community, you let us know you live in Durban, and we'll send you all the details out there.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll also probably be doing some just meetups and just, hey, we're coming to this cafe. If you have an interest in this kind of business, come and join us. Let's talk about it.
Geez, man, what inspires you, though, to just be wanting to help other people?
Yeah, I think that I am extremely blessed. My dad...
I like that.
Yeah, my dad was always like, go do your thing. He's not the traditional African dad where he's like, oh, you have to cook and clean. I still tell my mom I don't know how to cook so that I don't have to do it. But it was really just like, go and figure it out. So they let me just go and live my life. And I feel like that's a great opportunity. And not everyone has people in their corner supporting them. So I'm like, how can I go be in someone's corner and let them know that they can do it?
And do you have any mentors or people that help you?
Yeah, so one thing that we do is spend a lot of time looking at other companies across industries and just figuring out how do you develop a new concept. And for us, it's really how do we be innovative? How do we help people in an interesting kind of way so that it's not the regular boring, we're preaching to you, but we're delivering it. So we're always looking at, radio shows like yours. We're looking at other digital media platforms to just say, how are people pushing the boundaries and how are they trying it to do something differently? And we're looking at models from across the globe because we really want to bring the best of the world to Africa. And so some people are individuals that we talk to one-on-one, but others is just model examples of people doing good work and delivering great experiences.
It's 7:49 on the DJ Smooth Breakfast. Her name is Afua Osei. If you are a female entrepreneur or you just started a small business or you are in Durban or wherever you might be, you can live stream us on djsmoothbreakfast.com, wherever you are. Just plug into them, find out a little bit more about what they're up to and what they do. Their website is sheleadsafrica.org. What have you been doing that makes you receive all these recognitions?
I don't know. I'll be honest.
Trust me, it's giving. It's selflessness. Because you're doing incredible work.
Yeah, and I think we're moving fast. So a lot of people have ideas, dreams, but they say, oh, I'll get to it next time. For us, we're like, how can we go for it today and make it happen now? So 500,000 people, how can we get there?
And you're sincere about the work that you do. And you're passionate about young women. And your resume here says that you have worked in some election campaigns because you've worked alongside the First Lady Michelle Obama in the White House. Tell us a bit about that experience.
It was fantastic and quite nerve-wracking because I don't know if you can imagine what it's like going to a staff meeting and being late for a staff meeting and the First Lady is sitting there. So, you know, it got us on time very, very, very quickly. But it was an incredible experience. She's such a kind-hearted individual. She's also very tall. She is that tall in person.
Yeah.
But it was cool to be able to say, you know, she said, whatever we do, we have to do it well. You know, people are expecting us to deliver hope and excitement and inspire people. So we're going to do something that has to be exceptional. And those are the kind of high standards that I think all of us can learn from and make sure that we're delivering quality to our community and to our people.
And what do you think with what's going on in America right now? Since you've studied in America, you've stayed there for a couple of years.
It's crazy, and I know so many people are ready for it to be over. I went to visit my parents a couple of months ago, and that's all you would see on the TV. So it was overwhelming. But I believe that positivity will win out, that people are looking for leadership that is encouraging and inspiring, and a lot of the divisiveness hopefully will go away and people will heal and come back together after this election.
Did you listen to President Obama's speech last night?
I did.
Well, last night here, but obviously yesterday there.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
What did you think?
I think he's trying to do his best to remind people that America is a better place, that as people all across the globe, that we are better people. And it really is down to us individuals making an impact, going out and voting, and doing what we can to make sure that positivity, that love, that encouragement, inspiration went out, and not the divisiveness and the negative energy that people want to just hate on others.
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't win.
And what do you think of the African leadership?
I'm
leadership in Africa. I mean,
Yes.
you're a leader in your own right. You're doing wonderful work already for young girls in your own space, but not in politics.
Yeah.
But politically speaking, and for our continent of Africa, what do you think of our leadership?
I am very nervous that you very rarely see young people involved in these conversations.
Yeah.
I think that young people, of course, we can look at it from the numbers, 300 million young Africans under the age of 35. All those numbers are true, but when you look at the countries that have moved forward, that are introducing new technologies and innovations, it's because they allow young people to have a voice. And I don't think we do a very good job of that in Africa. And so if we continue to allow people who have stagnant ideas or whose perspective is based on historical trends, we're missing out on a great opportunity to create something new for our continent. So I hope that there are some spaces that are pushing for young people to be involved and to actually have a voice and be able to say what they feel, and of course use that voice to create good.
You provide obviously servant leadership, right? Because you're a leader in your own right.
Yes.
Yeah. What type of leadership style?
I try to push people to do what they can do. Some people say it's a little harsh, but I don't want to come up with all the answers. I really want people to feel that, okay, they have the power and the ability to come up with the answers. If they think about it, if they do research, if they figure it out. I don't think our leaders should be giving us all the answers. We all have a role to play to come up with suggestions and ideas. So that's what I push my team to say, okay, well, what do you think? I think I say that 7 times a day.
Yeah.
What do you think? Well, what do you think we should do? And then I'll give you my opinion. But I think as leaders and as we're trying to train other people, we need more people to think and come up with their own ideas.
And where are you going in the next couple of years? Because you're still very young.
Yeah,
You've achieved so much already. Yeah.
Our dream and our vision is to build the #1 destination for smart and ambitious young African women.
Yeah.
So we're excited to launch a festival next year that's going to bring together like 5,000 young women focused on innovation, culture, technology. And you very rarely see African women as the center of that. So we're going to make it happen. We also plan on reaching a lot more countries and connecting. I hopefully connect with 500,000 young women by the end of next year and keep
500,000 young women.
Yes, that's the target that I've set.
And you're planning to do that online? Because when I was saying to people, we plan to, our movement, got a movement called Leadership 2020, when we were launching in 2013, and saying we're planning to have impacted about 10 million lives by year 2020. People are like, what? How do you plan to reach that number of people?
Yeah, it's definitely possible through online. And we have found that people are utilizing our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter to get ideas. This young woman came to us and said that she was a housewife. She had 2 young kids and she had no direction. But she was reading the article, she was getting inspired, and now she started a business from her home. So there's the power of digital if we're using it to spread positivity, share leadership lessons, share business ideas. There's no telling what we can do.
Afua Osei, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We wish you well. And they're coming to Durban with their organization, She Leads Africa. And how do they get in touch with you?
visit sheleadsafrica.org and join our community. There's a big join sign, and we'll send you the details right away.
Are you on Twitter, Facebook? How do people
Twitter,
find
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at She Leads Africa.
She Leads Africa.
Yes.
Thank you very much, my sister, for
Thank
visiting
you.
us. May God bless you.
Thank you.
Wishing you well. Continue doing what you're doing. May you grow in leaps and bounds, and may you just be blessed in abundance, because you're doing wonderful work in changing young women's lives. Yeah?
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Bless you. That was Afua Osei on the DJ Smooth Breakfast.